Hi, my name is Roberto Azaro, and today I'll be showing how to be shooting for a beginner in basketball.
Questioning was used by Vygotsky's study in 1978 of zone of proximal development. I asked my participant what fundamentals of basketball shooting that they already knew, and I aided them to assist with their learning to see if they could find out the other four initials of beef. Results shown from Harvey, Cushion, Cope and more in 2013 tend to show that coaches who were taught in a certain way when they were younger tend to coach the same way that they were taught themselves. My plan was to do TGFU based coaching to my athlete Kyrie. However, upon looking through my video, I see that I did a lot of instruction based coaching. Examples of knowing when to reflect in practice was when I saw my participant constantly missing, however he still had good form. I did not want him to continue shooting, thus overpowering his shot and losing the form, so I reflected in practice by telling him to take a step forward. Thus, he kept his good form and started scoring. Reflection is an important strategy for coaches from Leaf Christensen 2011, and it also allows coaches the opportunity and chance to be aware of their practice Gilbert Trudel 2006. To evaluate my performance, Knowles, Gilborn, Borrell and Neville 2001 study has shown that having a critical friend, i.e. a coach, my friend Mr. Warburton, can help me promote deeper level of engagement and staying on track with what I am coaching. So for example, if I'm doing TGFU, my coach can help me keep promoting and assisting me to stay on track and not deviate to instructional based coaching. HD 2012 Sports Education. Successful programs in sports education can be through instructional-based coaching or TGFU game-based approach. The plan was to stay with TGFU, however, because my participant was very basic at an elementary level of coach of basketball shooting, I thought that I had to reflect on my coaching during practice and change the way how I would do my session. Upon so, that was the reason being why it led to more instruction-based coaching than TGFU-based coaching. After my athlete successfully answered these questions, I wanted him to apply knowledge by show and demonstration with Kearney and Judge 2017 with the 5-step model. So I wanted him to do readying, imaging, focusing, then shooting by executing his shot, then repetition by evaluating his shot and see if he can make appropriate adjustments as he took his shots afterwards. Purposely use positive reinforcement to engage my athlete into the session to motivate him and to also praise him for when he's done something good. By me doing this, I was hoping that he would remember his correct form and keep on doing the correct form in shooting and shooting. I used words like nice, well done, keep it going. Nelson Green Portrait 2016, Huber 2013. Bunker and Thorpe, 1982, TGFU. Teaching games for understanding. Proposed that you would teach games instead of doing drills in the beginning of a physical education lesson. So that could be even at a beginner standard. If you were playing basketball, you could alter the game by adjusting the hoops to a lower size from 10 feet to 7 feet to make it easier for the participants to play. For my TGFU approach, I created a game which was simple enough of just a 1 versus 1 shooting exercise. However, I manipulated it to get the desired result by me on purposely missing lots of shots so that my participant will be shooting at different angles. PGA 2014. So my game still represented the real match, as in it was 1 versus 1, still looked realistic with the shooting. Incorporating the different angles of these shots for the participant, I've adapted Kidman 2001 and Welsh Shuttle 2005 with the 6 P's module. So there's purpose, prime, play, present, probe and progress. So I let them play, and by letting them play to see if my participant could find solutions in finding the right angles and right power to get his correct shot into the hoop. Haiti 2013 study of visible learning talks upon teachers' personality, and how I would describe my personality is very proactive, and from my culture I use a lot of hand gestures, which I find it a very effective way in teaching. He also talks about Haiti in 2013 and 2009 about the effective role that hidden gestures play towards learning, and I feel that in the video you could see me use my hands to allow the athlete to be able to copy my arm movements for imagery to improve his shot. Application of knowledge. Farewell in 2010 found that clothing of sportswear that showed off a coach's slim physique gave a perception to the participant that they were very good at coaching technique. Hill and Hewitt, 2017. Game-based approach. I done this method for the reason being that my athlete is a very confident man that likes to be competitive. If I'd done a drill-based approach, I believe that he would have been motivated by him constantly having to take the same shot again and again and again and again. That is why I went towards the game-based approach so that he could be shooting from many different angles. Reed Crespo Lay Berry 2007 also suggests in tennis, typically you see practices doing many of the same shots continuously. The same could be done for basketball, but that is why I didn't want to do that type of method of drill practice. So I led towards my game-based approach to make sure that my athlete was having fun, to stay motivated, so he could stay concentrated the whole time to perfect his shooting. GFU-based coaching requires the coach, myself, need to have a high knowledge of understanding for the sport in particular. So for example, in basketball, I will need to be able to find a way to exaggerate and represent the sport being in use to effectively help my participant gain the best experience of learning whilst having fun as possible. To analyze my own performance, I can see that reflection is more effective when with coaches, and as a PE teacher I normally tend to coach by myself, so I don't have any peers to help me reflect on my coaches giving me feedback on what they feel I should do to improve for my coaching sessions. In conclusion, there were clear strengths in my coaching with my participants showing gradual improvements throughout the course of the session. However, I need to improve if I'm doing game-based approach, then I need to stick with my theme and not resort back to drill-based sessions, so my athlete stays motivated throughout the session with no tedious tasks. In order for me to enhance my knowledge through TGFUs and game-based approach, I need to research through current journal articles and videos, as well as asking other coaches and teachers to watch me and give feedback on my session. Moreover, I could also ask my participant for their feedback on how they feel the session went and how they feel I could improve for them.